Objective C.
Hi there guys, this is Saints99 and I'm bringing you yet another Dust 5-1 tutorial. Today I'm going to go through some of the basic squad leader actions that you can take to improve the points within game. Now, your main aim in the game at the moment is to try and get up to about 2,500 war points as a squad in order to drop an orbital on the enemy. Now I'm going to go through some of the basic starter symbols and some of the basic actions you can take as a squad leader, and I'm also going to go through how to access the orbital once you've reached it. As you can see now, I'm in the tactical map. This is what you're going to first be, what you're first going to see when you join into the game. As you can see, you've got various objectives. You've got A, B, C, D. This is a skirmish game, so on skirmish you'll have these objectives. However, on ambush and ambush OMS you won't. You'll also see that you have various other symbols. Now I'm going to start off with the objectives. You've got A, B, C, D. When they're blue, they mean that they are captured by allied forces. If they're red, that means they're captured by enemies, and if they're yellow, it means they're neutral. Now, if they're either red or yellow, you're going to want to hack them. Now, if you hack a yellow one, it goes straight into becoming blue, which is yours. However, if it is red, that means that it will take a little bit of time. It will implant a virus, and it's when the virus is completed, then you'll have the objective. While the virus is going on, you won't be able to spawn in that section. However, any other time you can, so long as you've taken it. Some of the other symbols here, you can see this one just to the left here. This is a CRU. This has got little people, as you can see very, very closely. It's blue, so I can access it. This is a spawn point, basically. This acts as a place from which I don't need to spawn on any of these objectives. I don't need to spawn back at the beginning bit. Now, this is your beginning ground, and you've got your beginning dropship here. You've got, next to it, you've got the little symbol next to it. It looks like a little gun or turret. That is actually, in fact, a blaster turret. As you can see here next to Charlie and the CRU, you can see it next to there. And finally, there is this little symbol right off to the right here. You'll see the turret, and then there's one to the far right. That is an ammo resupply unit. Now, I'm going to quickly spawn in before I get kicked out of the game. I'm going to spawn off of Delta. As you can see, when you spawn in, you choose one of your drop suits. Now, I'm going to quickly restock this one here. I'm going to use this one here. And I'm going to go off Delta. Now, it takes a little bit of time, dependent on whether you're spawning off a CRU, a uplink, or whether you're spawning off an objective. Will depend on how long it takes, and I'll quickly show you what a couple of the items are. As you can see, I've come off this objective. If I run over here, you'll see that there's the symbol for the blaster turret, and you'll see there's the supply depot. Now, if you destroy or take a supply depot or a CRU unit, which is that little symbol there, if I'm pointing to now, you'll get 50 points if you hack it or destroy it. A turret is slightly different. If you hack a turret, you get 50 points. However, if you destroy it, you get 100 points. So it's really up to you. It depends on whether you feel it's worth it. Especially if there's an enemy turret, you should destroy it, I should think. But it depends on how useful it's going to be towards you, whether you should hack it or not. Now I'm going to go through some of the basic squad commands while I'm here. You've got, in here, you see if you press R2, you'll come up with your weapon options. So you can choose your main weapon or your lower weapon as such, your sidearm. And if you press the R3 button, which is your right analog stick, you press that down, you get into the squad leader options. You'll see that you've got attack, defend, capture, and rally. Now they all do different things. For example, attack, if I can put attack on enemy units, and I'll put it on this blaster turret here. I can't issue on the blaster turret, typical. If I put it on that objective there, I'll put it on to Charlie. That would point out that my squad will have to attack it. Now I can't attack it at the moment because it's all of my. We've literally taken everything. You can only place that on an enemy point. Now the next one is defend. Defend you can put on any allied section. So for example, if I want to defend that, I can tell my squad to defend that supply unit. I can also put my defend order, as I can with my attack order on the enemy. I can put a defend order on my own units. Now, something that has been used quite a lot, you'll see quite a lot of the better squads are doing it. They have their squad leader, and they make their squad leader point out a certain player, like I do now. And now anyone around that defends that player that's in my squad will be getting more points. I think it's about 10 more points, sort of thing, per kill. And for every kill and for all the objectives and tasks they take and achieve, I will get points as a squad leader, so I get commission as such, so I get 5, 20, things like that. So that is my attack and my defend orders. I've also got a capture order. So the attack order, it's mainly for units. and vehicles. This capture order goes on to CIUs, deployment zones, and stuff like that. For when I say deployment zone, I mean an objective. Sorry. And then things like vehicles you can capture as well. The final one is your rally options. Now, rally, you choose a particular point on the floor there, and that basically means all of my squad members basically just have to come to this spot here. And once they've achieved that spot, then I think, get points. So that is something I need to check, but I don't know. But that is a rally point. So, for example, if all my squad are in different points of the map, especially on somewhere like ambush, I can put that down and then we can all meet up there. It's a visual thing. For example, if someone who's not on mic or can't hear on mic, it's far easier for them to pick it up. So that is your squad leaders thing. That's how you access them. You want to do them every game because they're going to be getting you more points. Some of the basic options here. Now I'm going to go through how to bring in a vehicle and that sort of thing now. Now you press on your D-pad, which is your pad opposite side to your symbol pad. You'll come up, if you press the right one, you'll come up with this: vehicles, off-map support and installations. Now vehicles, it will show you whether you want LAVs, HAVs or drop ships. Now I believe I've got an LAV. If it's red, like all the other options that I've said in my other tutorials, if it's red you can't use it, if it's white it can. So if I do that, and there, you'll see in the top right corner it says Unakumi Impact has been queued. That basically means that that is on its way. I'm just waiting. I may have to wait a while. There you go. Vehicle request accepted. So now that vehicle is being called in by dropship. Here you go. As you can see here, you do not want to stand underneath the vehicle when it gets dropped. That will kill you. That is something that you learn the hard way basically. But you don't want to get dropped underneath. Vehicle same here. You can press circle to enter. Like all vehicles, you'll get your options. They'll come up. They'll tell you how to drive it, what buttons you need to use, and basically how to survive. Because if you can't drive a vehicle, then you're going to get killed very, very quickly. I tend to avoid dropships. I am a terrible dropship pilot, so I avoid dropships. More often than not, I drive a tank. I haven't got any tanks at the moment to show, I'm afraid. I don't think I've got enough IS to buy one off here now, but you can call in tanks, and that's how you do it. They're HAVs, and you've got dropships, which I don't have any dropships, but it says no fitting available. And typical. Out of nowhere. And what I'll do next, and I'll show you the sort of basic options. Try and get one more kill so I can level off my stats. But once again, I come back into here. You'll also see that now there's another option here. You'll see that my vehicle has a green square, or did have a green square before it was destroyed. That basically means that is a squad card. That means that someone in my squad has called that in. And you'll see that it's the same with all other options. If it's green, which it won't be objectives, but it'll be things like, as you can see here, there's a square or a diamond, whichever you want to look at it, and those squares, if they're green, that means that they are owned by my squad, and therefore we drive them about, sort of thing. You'll also see now that you have different types of squares. As you'll see that there's the diamond or square with a filled in square inside it. That is a HAV, that is a tank. And you'll see the one that's an empty diamond or square, the smaller blue squares, that is in fact an LAV. Now, if you're looking at dropships are triangles, and depending on what's inside that triangle will depend on if it's a heavy, small or medium. And it's been saved to my personal file. And now if I quickly jump back in, I can jump back in now. So that is the sort of squad options and a little bit of vehicle info. I love the laser rifle. Laser rifle is a beautiful weapon. Even though I'm a terrible shot. And yeah, so you've got this. Your next option is your off-map support. Now, off-map support, I won't have it at the moment because I'm not in a large squad. What I'll do is at the end of this video, I'll edit in a bit showing me using an orbital, and that will show you how to use it. But in order to access an orbital, it will come up in the right-hand top corner, as you can see with all the kill deaths that are going on at the moment. It will come up in that top right-hand corner, and it will say that a squad strike is basically available to use. As I said, I'll show you that later on in the video. You'll see me using one. But what you do to access it, you go right, you go to off-map support, and I should show you now. You go to off map support, and in that option there would be an orbital strike had my squad had one. It would literally just say war barge orbital strike sort of thing. What will happen is when you access it, it will bring you back into this map, and you will access the tactical map via a little arm animation sort of thing, and you'll be able to pinpoint where on the map you want it. Best bet is when you're doing an orbital, you want to either have a squad around you protecting you, or you want to be in a position where no one's going to kill you, because naturally, as I am, like for example here, as you've seen, when I'm not paying attention or if I've got a menu up, I'm pretty much vulnerable to anybody that wants to shoot me. And so you want to be careful where you when you deploy it as such. And also you want to be careful where you deploy it as well. There's a lot of people that use orbitals or don't use orbitals at the moment and miss a lot of people. You're going to want to check out that tactical map. You're going to want to talk to your squad, and you're going to want to get them to shout out, yeah, there's 3 or 4 guys coming from here, there's 3 or 4 guys coming from over there, bring it down here, sort of thing. Or use it, even if you use it as a defensive blocker, don't necessarily kill anybody, but you use it to try and push them away or move them round to a different objective, or hold them off an objective for a little bit. You just need some squad communication, some chat, and just let each other know where you want it dropped, because otherwise you're going to miss lots of people, or you may get lucky. Don't worry, you may be able to see it. You can actually see on that tactical map vehicles, and you can, if you're very, very careful, you can actually in fact see the small little animations of little people running about if you look very, very carefully. So if you're lucky, you'll be able to see lots of people, and you can drop it down. I think the most I've got at the moment is about 5 or 6. I've heard of people getting more, but I haven't seen it as yet. But who knows? Maybe you are the lucky one. If you do, I'd love to see it. If you comment down below, I'm sure if you manage to film it even, or you manage to get a photo taken of it, then that would be awesome. I'd love to see that, guys. Finally, we've got installations. Now, at the moment, installations, I'm assuming installations are basically, you've got these turret installations at the moment. I'm assuming that it's going to be like them, and it's going to be a huge amount of ISK to purchase one. And once you've purchased it, you can drop it in tactical locations across the map. However, at the moment, as far as I know, you're not able to do it. I don't think you are. I double checked earlier. You can't buy installations at the moment. But then that's part of the game, and we are in beta, and there's a lot of things to come. That's the exciting thing about this game. It's awesome already, but with so much more to come. Well, that was shit. But with so much more to come, it's really, really, really cool. And we're hopeful that it's going to fit in awesome with the game, because I think it would be a good add to the game, being able to drop in a turret installation, because I don't think necessarily they're overpowered at the moment. I think it depends on who's using them. I mean, if you've got the turret skills, then yeah, maybe you'll use them. I also think that perhaps it might push people when the installations come in to train up their turret skills a little bit more, so we might actually have to be wary of turrets. At the moment, as I said, you can destroy them, get 100 points. I haven't driven a tank in a while, but the last few times I've driven a tank, the majority of my points comes from destroying turrets, because you can get 100 points, which is more than 2 kills sort of thing. So that's a good amount of points, and it goes towards the squad, and then eventually you can drop an orbital, and that's the whole point. So yeah, that is basically your basic squad options. As I said, there'll be a little video on the end, and I'll show you how to drop that orbital, and I might try and show you a little bit of footage of me dropping a tank, but I'm not too sure. I think you'd rather see the orbital, so I'll probably just keep it to the orbital. But I should think that will probably help you guys. You're going to want to know how to do that, and that will help you massively in game. As I said, when you're doing all these things, you want to be careful. You don't want to get caught putting all these squad commands or bringing in vehicles when there's loads of guys around you. As you saw there, I got flanked and someone shot me in the back basically when I was putting it in. So you want to be very, very careful. And yeah, I hope that helps. I probably will be bringing some more footage in soon of just some gameplay footage. Try and push those a little bit more. Try and get a few more views on that footage. And hopefully maybe another tutorial. If you guys have got anything you'd like me to cover, I mean, as I said, I'm not a very, very good player. I'm a proficient player, but I have the capacity to film, so I will film anything that I can if it will help you guys. And I think I've covered the main bits now. I think I've covered the main bits for tutorials. There's a few more things I probably should cover, like how to drive certain vehicles like a tank. Yeah! But there is, as again, they're sort of things you can learn in game, and you should, if you're bringing in a tank, you will know how to use it. I should think, I should hope, even. But who knows? But if, as I said, if there's anything you want me to put up, just let me know. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I look forward to either playing with some of you or doing more videos for you guys. Thank you.
Hostile MCC. Objective B hacked. Virus upload in progress.
The hell am I stuck on?
Using on Bravo. Well, nice. There's a the colonial by C probably. There you go.
Hostile MCC damage critical.
Mass driver. On Delta.
Warning. Objective B. Null cannon targeting MCC.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy. That was nice.
Objective
That's the boy.
B hacked. Virus upload in progress.
Oh, really?
Mission accomplished. Hostile MCC destroyed. Area secured.